lighting is. How is everybody? It's weird lighting. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. We have to fix the lighting. Ah. All right, I'm back. There. I don't like the bags under my eyes, but it's going to have to do. No, this is really bad lighting. Hold on, y'all. Still doing it. Oh my God. Okay. Okay, you think I could be more professional, right? Nah, that's not me. There's no professional here. How are y'all? Okay, what the hell's been going on? What has been going on? I have to plug this in. Or we're gonna go down if I don't plug it in. How is everybody? I still don't feel an election, if that's what you're asking. I still don't feel an election. So I don't feel it. Oh my God, look, like shadows and shit. All right. Anyway, I've got to get this fixed for me. I've got to get comfortable with this. I'm not comfortable. Okay, so y'all, wait, Harris or Trump, neither one. I keep saying it. Don't ask me to pick. Don't ask me to pick. I have no opinion whatsoever. I don't feel it. I don't see it. I don't believe it. I don't see it at all. Yeah, I don't see it at all. So I don't know what to say. Are we alive? Are we alive? That should be what the question is. Are we alive? I don't think we are. I really don't. I don't think we are. This lighting is so odd. And I just, I have to figure out another way, y'all. I have to figure out another way. This is not working for me. Hold on. Trying to fix it. Let's see. Can you see me over here, my armpit? All right, let's see. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, it's a prison planet, right? Total prison planet. Okay, so am I crazy? I feel like I'm crazy. So this full moon was insane. No, the lighting's, I can see, I can't look at myself, but I can see. The lighting was, the full moon is crazy. I'm like, whatever. Thank you for that. Yeah, the full moon is crazy. It's ridiculous. I haven't done any videos. I can't keep to a schedule. You know, what else is new? Okay, let me see this. Hold on one sec here. Yeah, my tattoos. It's Ruger's birthday tomorrow, you all. He finally gave me his birth information because his girlfriend wanted his chart. And I'm like, yes. Yeah, it's Ruger's birthday. So that's exciting. I need this up higher and I don't know what to put it on. I'm using my phone when I'm filming. Yeah, we have a Mercury retrograde. I care about the light. I care. I can't stand looking at myself when I'm talking to myself. Like it's a real problem. It's a real fucking problem. I'm just trying to get it right. And I'm not using my camera. This is my phone. So anyway, yeah, it's Ruger's birthday. So I'll show you Jason, Keith, Jason. This is the best one. Jason. You he hates it when I do that. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, his birthday's tomorrow. Mr. Ruger. So happy birthday to my favorite artist out there because he is such an artist. What a God-given gift. I'm so excited to have his chart. I can't wait to look at it to see why he's such a Rembrandt with the pictures because I love them. Yeah. Oh, they're really good. He was my Jason's friend, so that's why I went to him. Jeffrey Epstein, are you confused as to who Epstein is? We know who Epstein is, right? We know exactly who he is. He's a bitch ass. Yeah, so Ruger's an early, yeah. Isn't it? It looks just like my Jason, just like my chirp, my little chirperoo. Yeah, no, you know what? We had a full moon in, obviously, in Capricorn in the anaretic degree. I can never say that. Anaretic, whatever. The last degree, 29 degree. I was calling Al Gore, Al Gore. So you know me, I make up names for the astrology planets. But anyway, I know the tattoos are beautiful. Mars is going into Gemini, I think, like right now. And we had the full moon in Capricorn. Mars is conjunct Pluto right now. I mean, Mars is, I'm sorry, what am I saying? Huh, I'm confused. Mars is doing something to Pluto right now. I can't remember. But anyway, Al Gore, right? I know. Al Gore is what I was trying to say. Uranus, thank you. Anyhow, anywho, we had a full moon in Capricorn, 29 degrees, conjuncting Pluto. That is some crazy shit. They won't win, by the way, and I don't feel the election. Now, what it is, okay, what is your opinion on Taurus moon? I'm sorry, John has a Taurus, Taurus moon. Thank you, Sylvia's daughter. I have no idea if Biden's dead. Is he soulless? Yeah, yes, he's not in his body, but is he, quote, dead? I don't know. Well, probably not. I mean, they're going to take him out. Do you guys actually are surprised by this? It's the government. What is the government? Ask yourself what the government is, right? Garbage ass people. The government are garbage ass people. Who are these people? I mean, the vice president, the other one, orange man bad, insane man, and his vice president, like, fuck, what? No, this is a joke. If you actually think that you have any power and that these people are going to, that what they want, Biden is a cyborg, I will believe that. Yeah, well, I don't see him, he doesn't register the same as like even 20 years ago. But I feel like, yeah, I feel like when I'm looking at the energy of him, I just don't like the energy of him. So I don't know what to say. January 25th, I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. I just think that people are really fucking stupid. Why do we have two old men in office? First of all, why? Why? Ask yourself why. They're fucking 80. I don't care who Trump is. He's too old. I live with a man Trump's age. I mean, I don't anymore, but you get what I'm saying. Why? Why am I going to listen to that guy running the country? Really? Really? Come on now. Fuck off with that. Please. No, it's weird. I'm a woman. I don't want to listen to an old white man. I did it for years in my marriage, okay? First you got your daddy, then you got your fucking husband, then you got your fucking kids, and da-da-da. No, I don't care what he is. He's too old. He's too old. He could have a stroke, lose his mind. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. They're old white men. Get out of office. Apparently old white men experience. No. Old white men. Oh, well, they do. They've lived longer on the planet, but some of them, whatever you got at 20, you got at 80. You got a dick ass fucktard of a man at 20, you got the same thing at 80. Very rarely do people change. Yeah, I know they say Kamala. I can never say. I want to call her Camila, like King Charles's wife, and then Kamala. Anyway, the names confuse me, but I don't see the election. I'm going to continue saying that. I really don't see it. I don't see it. Yeah, I hate the government. I hate them. I hate them. I don't want anyone for president. Why are you the president over me? Why? Who are you? Like, who fucking died and left you my boss? Who died and gave you the authority over me? Do you not understand? They don't have authority over you. They're taking your money. The only reason they want to be president is to take your money and shove it up your ass while you work 9 to 5. They steal your pensions, triple tax you. Okay, triple tax you, and you still go, I'm going to vote, and I love them. What's wrong with you? Who are these people? Who are you? Who are you? I go crazy. I'm just like, I go nuts. It's like it tweaks something in my head, and I'm like, that's it. I mean, fucking who are they? I mean, look at the shit they did during COVID, okay? Look, I know I am. Hey, I'm going to die alone. I watched I got to bring up Keith. I watched my son die. I didn't watch him die. I showed up. He died alone. None of those people on the road helped. Like, they can't help him. He crosses over himself. Who are these fucking people in office? So you work 9 to 5, you get your Social Security, and then you drop dead within like 18 months of it. What? Why? Why you do that for? Yeah, no, fuck off. And then you work for some company, and it's like, what are you doing? And they're, yeah, no, well, the taxes were enacted, I think, I forget when they were, but it's a Rockefeller thing and a Rothschild thing. And they triple tax us, okay? They triple tax us. I make my money. I suck the dick, okay? I'm sorry, but it's true. I suck the dick. Well, that's not how I make my money, but I might as well be doing it, and they're taxing me. Hey, Kamala, whatever her name is, Biden, Trump, whoever, Pelosi, all of them. You get out and suck dick. You suck the dick I suck. And no, I'm serious. Why are they taking so much of our money? I'm being serious. I pay a lot of taxes. I pay a shit ton of taxes. I don't see anybody opening their mouth wide to help me out. I take nothing from the government. I get nothing from the government. I pay double, triple taxes. I pay taxes on my money. I give my money to people in my family or whatever. They pay taxes on it. We pay taxes at the gas tank. If I take money out of the bank and put it back in, I pay taxes again unless I can prove that it was already in my house, blah, 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 like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no. I don't care. I don't care how the world runs. I don't care what they do. I don't care. What are they doing? Well, get out of California. Exactly. I can't. My family's here. I'm not leaving my kid. I will not leave my kid or my grandkids or my Kenna or my Paige. I'm not leaving them. I want to be close to the people I know. Where am I going to go? What am I going to do in a different state? Am I going back to Canada? What am I doing there? I know, it's all a scam. It's all a scam. Just tell them to fuck off. Like, and I'm going to say this again. I was just at the bank, and this guy next to me in line, well, he wasn't, no, Canada isn't better. I'm Canadian. I am Canadian. Please, I am Canadian. You're not going to tell me about Canada. I am a fucking Canadian, okay? Yeah, taxes on your house, taxes on your car, taxes on this, da, da, da. You know what I say? I save for nothing. I spend it, and just before I die, if I get a hit on when I'm going to die, I'll max out all my credit cards and then tell them, fuck off. Yeah, fuck the fuck off. Anyway, yeah, but I don't know anybody there. My kids are here. Yeah, I think she was. They're all Canada's. No, I lived in Canada. I'm familiar. I escaped Canada. I left Canada because I don't like socialism. Like at 20, I was like, this country, beautiful people. I love well, John's family. I can't say my family because they're a bunch of bitches. But anyway, so yeah, Anthony, you know, I'm from Toronto like Anthony. We know. Anthony knows. He lives there. He's not stupid. He is a butter tart sender, though. Yeah, Barrie, Ontario. Fantastic. No, I love the area and I love the people, obviously, but it's really, really unfortunate. Really, let's see, when are the aliens coming? They're just, you know what? You know what we should all do? We should all wear masks into the voting offices, like a pig mask or whatever mask, and we should all go in and just go, like, why do people take this seriously? I don't even know what to say. I can't even. Yeah, the aliens have always been here, illegal and otherwise. Yeah, they say there's no place better on earth, okay? But I'm going to ask you to think about this. What if, okay? It's clown works, exactly. What if they tell us that we're the best country in the world? What if they tell us that, right? So America's the best. But what if we're in North Korea and they're telling us it's America and we think we're in a good spot, but really it's North Korea or Russia or whatever, and they're good? See what I mean? What if that is the case? Yeah. What if they mind fucked us and we're not really in America? I'm beginning to believe that. I'm actually beginning to believe that. I believe everything they say about Russia, North Korea, communist countries. I kind of feel that's happening here. I watch the news and I'm like, who I implore you guys to go back. I want you just to go back and look at those look at this. I can't stand this. Oh my God. Anyway, okay, I'll just shut the fuck up. Okay, so go back to Cuomo, whatever his name is. I don't know which one it was, the one in New York, the television caster, not the younger brother, but the older one. And I can't remember his name. Remember, they were going to give him an Emmy. They were like, we're going to give him an Emmy. And he was out there and he's like, look at COVID. Look. And okay, first of all, if this is a medical emergency, why are you giving this fucker an Emmy? Why are you giving this fucker an enemy? An enema. Why are you giving him oh my God, an Emmy? Why are you doing that? Okay, why are you doing that? Andrew, thank you. Why are you doing that? What giving him an Emmy for what? Speaking truth? Speaking truth? This is a dangerous, catastrophic, boo-hoo, whiny ass fucking bleh. And this guy's gonna get an Emmy because he spoke the truth. Is that what I'm hearing? Is that what I'm hearing? Yeah, an enema, an Emmy. Right? What is that? Oh, it's Chris Cuomo. Okay, whichever brother it was. I think it's the older one in New York. Oh, they do think we're dumb. I'm not dumb. I'm not dumb. I had some bitch, whichever bitch listens to this, she's like, oh, where's my damn microphone? Hold on, time to get it. Okay. Y'all, she's like, she messages me on Facebook and she's like, I don't appreciate. First of all, bitch, I don't know you and I don't care what you appreciate. So go suck a dick elsewhere. She's like, I don't appreciate you talking about the masks. I have a child that's sick and blah, 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 blah. Sorry that your child is sick. For that, I am sorry. But let's be serious. It says on the box that they sold the masks in does not stop the spread of viruses. Are you stupid? Are you stupid? Are you stupid? Read the box. I've been saying it since then. But she has to message me to go, oh, I was like, lady, why are you emailing me? Why are you taking what I say personally when I don't know you? I'll call you out on here when I know you personally. And you'll know I'm talking about you because I'll say your name and then I'll put shit up everywhere about you. Bubble Boy. There's always a Seinfeld reference to be had. I can't spare a square. Bubble Boy. George gets into a fight with him. And then Jerry's like, oh God, watch that episode. It's pretty accurate. But that's actually what she said. I don't appreciate you emailing me. Do you think I care what you think? Do you think I care what you think? I don't know you. And you think you're going to override me by telling me your son is sick? Your son being sick is a separate issue. The mask is factual. Look at the box. Read the facts and shut up, okay? Just shut up. I can't. And they call me stupid. Yeah, it's moops. George is fucking arguing. George is probably like a neurotic narcissist. That's his character. I found that so funny. Anyway, oh my God, yes. Oh my God, your cousin has always been Seinfeld's writer. That's so great. I find Seinfeld uproariously funny. Brilliant. Yeah, no, I know. Keep them home. I mean, what are you talking to me? I don't believe, I'm not saying there isn't people getting sick, but like, if you're going to let them inject you with shit, then I don't know what to say to you. I don't know what to say to you. If you're a coward and a fraidy cat and a baby, then go cry. Like, if you die, you die. Do you think you're not going to die every time you get into your car? What about if your kid dates a girl or a boy who's a psychopath with a gun or a knife? That happens. That happens. What if your daughter's boyfriend chokes her to death and kills her? That happens, and I know people. So, like, what? What happens if you run over your spouse with a car, stab them, shoot them, fall out a window on a construction site, die on a motorcycle, die in a car accident, get cancer, cut your artery, I don't know, drown in a pool, jump off a cliff, go away. I mean, Larry David is the best. My ex tried to kill me. There you go. He didn't make it, so fuck him. Puffy shirt. Puffy shirt, you're a soft talker. She's a soft talker. And wasn't it Brian Gumble? And he's like, you're wearing that on TV? And I'm like, oh my God, that's so funny. Because never would a host on a TV show ever say that to a guest because they're all freaking cowards. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I just can't. People email me all day long and they hate my channel. Get off my channel. 100 Ways to Die. I'll tell you. Do you know? Here's another dumb thing. No soup for you. Okay, happy birthday. Yes, tomorrow's your birthday. You're the same birthday as Ruger, my beautiful tattoo artist. He's not my well, he is the person who tattooed me. I don't own him. He's not mine. It's just his birthday tomorrow. And so there, I know you can't live in fear. You cannot live in fear. They want you to live in fear. That's what they whooped you up to live in fear. And you're like, oh my God, I got to get this. You didn't have to get it. All you had to do was say, no, I'm going to continue to work and you can fire me. But, you know, whatever. I can't even say it too much, but when it happens again, don't come to me telling me whatever. Soup Nazi. I can't stand it under my eyes. I'm going to fix it. But anyway, yeah, it was so weird. It was so weird. Okay, my son just gave me. Oh, that's so nice. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I know. Get off my channel. Like, you know who I am. Like, go away. You know who I am. Yeah, well, Whitney Houston was murdered, I believe. Yeah, I think I said it in my video. I mean, Clive Davis. Did you guys see fucking Clive Davis? I still have to do a video about Clive Davis. Clive Davis, okay? Yeah, no, I'm real. I got flaws up the ass. Trust me. There's flaws all over. This is the face of, I'm almost 60. This I would love to fill up, y'all. I'll talk about Clive Davis in a second. I would love to fill this up, but it migrates and I can't touch my face. Like, you're just going to have to deal with my face, but I can't deal with it. So, okay. Anyway, Clive Davis, that loser. No, I don't touch my face. I've never touched my face. Why would I touch my face? Most people who touch their face need to touch their face or think they need to touch their face. I already know if I touch my face, they're fucking it up. So I'm not doing that. Okay. Or I haven't done it yet. I have tried all the face things, but yeah, Clive Davis. So he's walking into wherever the hell, Beverly Hills. I think he's walking into Craig's and he goes like this. They go, what about Diddy? And he's like, he's playing dumb old man. Huh? What? See, don't let the old people trick you. Just because they're old doesn't mean they aren't bitches. Clive Davis is one of them. Clive Davis, David Geffen, then Diddy all the way down. Jay-Z, Diddy, Jay-Z, Davis, Geffen. These fucking people, okay? All of them. So Clive Davis, why don't you stand and take accountability, you old fuck, and do it? But no, he won't do it, really. No, the gay music mafia. Oh, I know. They used to call it the gay mafia. You know what? Tommy Mottola is the devil. Another Seinfeld reference to, what's his name? Elaine's boyfriend. What's his name? You know, remember when he does that to the priest? I'm sorry, I'm back on it. Yeah, Geffen, yeah, I know. Clive Davis. Oh, yeah, Putty. He's like, and the priest is like, you just see how funny that is? That was funny. And then he has a heart attack or a stroke. And then in comes Elaine and she's dressed and he's like, oh, the Virgin Mary. And then Elaine goes, how come you don't mind that I'm not Christian or whatever? And he goes, oh, I don't care. And she goes, that's really cool. And he's like, yeah, you're going to hell. I'm not. Oh, God. I can't. I just can't. I know. I piss myself laughing. Yeah, Tommy Mottola, yeah, wife. Oh, I'm sure she was. Tommy Mottola, and Michael Jackson called him the devil. Well, the reason Michael Jackson called him the devil, number one, if you are an artist, Okay, if you are an artist, okay, so how do I want to word that? Michael Jackson was born into a family, an elite family. So he was kind of caught between a rock and a hard place. He had talent, they're going to own his talent. They're going to own his book. They're going to take him over. What they do when you're talented on this planet is they prostitute you and siphon your energy. Okay, so Michael Jackson was part of that. Tommy Mottola wouldn't even give him his Sony, right? He worked for Sony. He wouldn't even give him his rights to his record. He did that to Prince. So that's why Prince had to change his name. These kids are stupid. They don't know that. So yeah, it's disgusting. Yes, the whole industry is evil. They're all evil. I mean, oh, happy birthday. Eighth house, 29 degrees. Yikes, Yikes. Army Hammer. I mean, he's a cannibal. And now he's going, I never said that. Yes, the fuck you did. Yes, the fuck you did. Yes, the fuck you did. Own up to it, Army Hammer. You little cannibal ass bitch. It's too bad. It's too bad that he's so good looking. But I can't get past the fact that he wanted to eat his girlfriend's arm, shoulder, whatever, and barbecue it. Huh? What are you talking about? What is wrong? Of course he's MK Ultra. So was Michael Jackson. That's why they don't remember what happened to them. That's why they don't understand like why they did it. Oh, I didn't say that. Jeffrey Dahmer. I don't know why I did that. I don't remember doing it. Weaponized human beings, and they love cannibalism. They love cannibalism because it goes against what you're supposed to do. Like, you're really not supposed to eat people. I can't believe I'm having this conversation. You're really not supposed to do that. But the more that they get you to sin, meaning the more that you do things or that celebrities tell you it's okay to do them, then the more that they corrupt you. And the more that they corrupt you, the more shame that you feel because it goes against the human being's natural instinct. The more corruption you feel, the more they can get into your physical, etheric body, spiritual body, but through the physical. Same, and so that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, talk about Doug Ford. I can't. Okay, Doug Ford. Wait, was it Rob or Doug? Doug Ford's the one that went on the press conference in Toronto and he's like, I like pussy. And he's talking about the transgender vagina he was getting. I don't know what that means. He was caught smoking crack outside of a fast food restaurant. You got to love Canada for that reason. Like, so his wife's standing behind him at the press conference like this. I think we need to free her. Well, he died of cancer. You know why? Because he smoked fucking crack. That's why. He smoked crack. Because why? Crack. Oh, Rob Ford. That was Rob Ford. Doug's the new one. Okay, thank you. I get confused. Whichever one. So that was Rob Ford. So Rob Ford smoked crack. So crack will elevate any illness in your body. So when you have cancer or whatever, stop saying Allison Cho. I don't know who the fuck it is. Stop asking me that. They're just spamming me. Go find out yourself. I'm not looking at that right now. I don't know who it is. So I have to look at stuff. Crack is whack, said Whitney. After she's smoking crack. I mean, yeah, whatever. She's probably smoking crack. Well, did you see her Did you see her bathroom sink picture? I have a fly in here because I have the door open. The cat's in and out. Anyway, is that funny? So crack is whack is, yeah. So when you smoke crack and you have an illness, that's how you elevate the illness because it's a stimulant, you dumbasses who's smoking crack. Okay, who will be president? I do not know. I do not feel an election. I'm going to keep saying that. The 29th degree in astrology is the anaretic degree. So before you get into the next degree, which is the next sign, you have to complete that sign. So it's pretty intense. It's pretty intense. I don't see an election. I'm sorry. People keep asking me and I'm not going to change my mind. I just don't feel it and I don't see it. Maybe I've evolved past it. It does not compute in my head. I cannot see it. I can't see it. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't feel it. I don't feel it. I just don't feel it. I don't see it happening. I feel more along the lines of we're going into a civil war. I'm pretty sure. Oh my God. So today I was talking to my paralegal who's helping me with something, and she's like, "Did you know the courts are closed today?" I've been saying I didn't see election for a good 6 months. The courts are closed today, and I'm like, "Why? What holiday is it?" She's like, "No, the cyber attack." I'm like, "Oh shit!" So they shut down. So you know they're going to shut down everything before election when they don't get their own way. And if people stand for that and don't stand together and overthrow the government as a collective group of people legally, then I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Yeah, it might be a new technology, something like that. I don't know. No, I hope we have a civil war. I'm all down for it. I'll wear my war paint. I'll get my guns. I'm for it. Do you know why I'm for it? And I'll tell you why I'm for it. Because unless you change, like the Boston Tea Party, remember the British? The British were all over everybody's ass in every country, and then they were thrown out. We need to throw these people out. No old men should be controlling anybody in this country. You're fucking old. Get out. Go fuck yourself over 70. Get the fuck out. Who are you? Who are you? What are you gonna do? What are you doing? What are you doing? I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I mean, it's ridiculous. I got to get out of here too. I don't mind. I don't mind. The reason everything is tanking, the United States is in a Pluto return. And I'm going to say it again. Anytime Pluto shows up in your chart, it's in America's chart right now, and it's returning. That is a ripping down in the most brutal, okay? It's like having a hysterectomy or taking your testicles out. Like, I'm serious. It's a ripping down in the most brutal of ways. So it's just going to rip it down. I was born with a first house Pluto. Everything in my life is ripped down continually, so I completely understand it. But it is brutal. It is brutal. I don't think Kamala's going to win. I don't see her as president. I don't see her. I don't feel the election. I'm going to keep saying it. Yeah, no, Pluto is ruthless. I have it in my first house. It is on my ascendant. So I have been fucked with in multiple of ways. And probably no one's going to jail. They don't have room in the jails. They're taking your money for the homeless, and now they want more money. I just have to say this because I can't. So Jerry Brown, the former Governor Moonbeam, fucking freakazoid with his little bald head, cue ball, smack it. Anyway, that little bitch, he did that stupid train. The train, can't think of it. The train through the desert where they took billions and billions of dollars, and they have not built that fucking train. Now they want another $2 billion in Los Angeles for a people mover for the Olympics. How about the bullet train? Thank you. Yeah, I was trying to come through the Verdugo Mountains, and the people are like, no, you're not gonna come through. Orange man bad. Orange man bad. Let's throw that in. Fucking orange man bad. So the bullet train, and then we have the people mover for the Olympics coming here. First of all, why are we hosting the Olympics? If they get rid of the homeless people in LA for the Olympics, then they better fucking get rid of them all the time because they're taking over the neighborhoods. We have armed robberies. Like, I'm talking in my neighborhood. Our friend who is like late 60s was carjacked at a gas station. The gas station that me and my kids went to and drive by daily as when our kids are carjacked, hit over the head. And he's got a walker thing or whatever, like a cane, hit over the head, money stolen. So I'm at the bank and I'm talking to the guy next to me, and the guy's like, did you he's telling the bank teller, he's like, yeah, we got robbed at gunpoint yesterday. And I turn around, I'm like, your house? And he's like, no, my business right down there. And two of them came in with guns and just fucking robbed us on camera. They don't care. They don't care. You all are sick. So are you, bitch. What? I'm not allowed to have an opinion unless it agree. You think you're gonna troll me? Here's how you troll Sloan. Okay, here's how you troll me. Get some balls, okay, you bitch. come to my front door and say it to my fucking face. If you can't say it to my face, you a pussy behind the screen, okay? Shut up. Shut the fuck up. I'm not listening to it anymore. Anyway, so if they, I mean, seriously, come say it to my face. Then we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what you can do. Because I have had a gun shoved in my face. I've had people do all kinds of shit to me. So you come. If you shoot me, you shoot me. But you come and open your fucking mouth at my front door. Stand right there. Stand right there. Say it to my face. And I will fuck you up. We'll see what you say. No, I'm serious. No, my kids will tell you. My kids will tell you. When they were younger, I probably traumatized them because I was the one that would get out of the car. As I said, John had to pull me out of many a house because I was like, what did that bitch say? I had a hair trigger temper. I was like, fuck. I have to thank Bobby. Oh my God, where is Bobby? Is Bobby on here? Where is Bobby? I know their keyboard fucking. No, I invite them here. I'm not afraid. You think again, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Yes, Bobby. Okay, so let me tell you without telling you because we're kind of keeping it secret, but not. So anyway, me and Bobby, can I just say this? I just think it's extraordinary. I have to shout out Bobby because first of all, everything she said about what happened to Keith was accurate. But more importantly, I would never have met Bobby had she not painted that picture of Keithy off his memorial poster from my Facebook, you know. Oh, Jamie Deluxe. Did you say, is that Jamie Deluxe? I hope that's Jamie Deluxe. Oh, go, Jamie's site's back up. Go look. Anyway, if Bobby had not painted that picture of Keith, I would not have contacted her. It was such a beautiful gift that it made me cry. I contacted her. It was probably a month or two after Keith died. She has, oh, Jamie, yes, there's Jamie Deluxe, you guys. He's back. Everybody go follow his new channel. They kicked him the fuck off of here. Bitches. Now, if it weren't for Jamie, I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to finish the story with Bobby, then talk about Jamie. But Bobby painted that picture. So I communicated with her because she's a brilliant artist. She also is a private investigator and a professional private investigator, like a real one, not a wannabe. I'm like, not a wannabe. Anyway, Bobby came to my aid and her husband, Lucas, both of them, okay, like nobody's business. And we had a video of Keith's accident, like meaning some car was driving by the accident 1 minute after it happened and just caught the people around Keith, but it was a very grainy video. It was through a window on a van. Do you know she found every single person? The police didn't find them. The police did their good job, but I'm saying she found every single person. She interviewed every person. And last week, she found the last two people we were looking for, the people that were described by the witness in the car that pulled out in front of my son. It took 4 years. She found them. She found them. She found them, okay, to help further Keith's investigation with the police. She found them. And she found them on the day I went into court. I served 3 people in the court. And again, because my lawyer had some issue and left, and then the second lawyer passed away, weirdly. Anyway, so I had to go into court and I had to prove that I served the people named in the lawsuit, which I did. But he left it open-ended so that when I found these 2 people, they could be added. That is Bobby. She found them. And also a shout out to the people on Facebook who were able to bring some pictures forward. And Bobby found just everything we needed to communicate. So that's all I'm saying about that. So this continues to go forward. So I am so great. You have no idea. So Bobby, I honor you because you helped my son. So I don't even know what to say. Absolutely. This is year 4. And it's taken 4 years. And all these people had to do was talk to the police that day instead of being avoidant. And they would have saved everybody's time. That we've wasted time, money, energy. But with that full moon, okay, with that full moon came that information. So it's absolutely incredible. Now, Jamie Deluxe, he is back on YouTube, you all, because they shut him down. And he's one of no, Bobby, it was amazing. Jamie Deluxe is one of the first people that pointed out publicly these pedivoric pieces of shit. He's one. So go find his channel, support him, subscribe. I went back and subscribed. Bobby is okay, Bobby will never call herself a psychic, but trust me, she is. She's naturally gifted in a multitude of ways. Yeah, go sign up for Jamie Deluxe's channel because it does sound like a stripper name. Jamie, take it off, baby. Okay, sorry, that's a bad joke. But seriously, he's one of the first people, and he was blackballed basically on YouTube for speaking truth. Truth that's coming to light now. Everything he said was truthful. Everything he said. He's got a new video up now about I just watched it. 2016, and they took him down. And he's such the level of intelligence and investigation and putting it in a creative thing. He definitely should be farther ahead. But see, they'll block you when you're truthful. So when you speak truth, you get punched, blocked, beat up, fucked up. I don't know if he's psychic too. He probably has an instinct of what he's going for. Probably has a strong intuition. So he's back. So go sign up for his channel. Woo! Yay. He does great videos. So great. Yeah, 2 years to get his channel back. I know. Jamie, if you need a lawyer for YouTube, I have one. Reach out to me. I have a good one. Any bleach involved? Yes, I bleach my hair. Is that what you're asking? Because it's kind of obvious. Like, no, my son Keith was born with born a towhead, but nobody who's almost 60 has this color hair. Just so you know, you motherfucker. No, Jamie Deluxe, the Jamie, the good one on the channel. But anyway, Bobby, I am so grateful because you know what? One of the witnesses had described somebody to us, and we had one picture, a blurry picture of this person until the body cam footage, etc. And so I had to go get the body cam footage, and that took 3 years. You know, I think this is another shout out, Detective Stacy, who helped me, let me know what I needed to do to get the body cam footage. And so that was, let's see, Bobby's a friend of Keith. She didn't know Keith. She didn't know me. She just watched the channel and came to my aid. I can't even describe. And her husband, Lucas, for putting up with her talking to me on the phone for fucking hours ad nauseum. And Lucas helping and Bobby helping and them writing up the police report, meaning as a private investigator writing. I can't even describe the gratitude because most people could not do what she did on their own. I mean, and I can't even imagine for people out there that have a relative that is English as a second language, the parents and the kid gets murdered or the kids get disappeared or whatever, and they don't have any help. They don't have any help. I mean, I was desperate because what was described to me didn't make sense in my head. So, somebody just asked, why don't you let the Californians meet you? Because you know there'd be some gangland shit going on. No, I shouldn't do that. Yeah, I have to plan it. I can barely show up to do a thing, right? No, they don't. And if it weren't for my friend Stacy, who is a detective in a different division, she showed me what I needed to do to help me go. And she advocates, she's a homicide detective, but she advocates for murder victims' families. So she was able to say, this is what you need to do to get body cam footage. And it took me 3 years and about 8 to 11 tries. Every time I went into the court and got a subpoena, if it wasn't worded exactly, you're not getting the footage. Now, I do understand that, but what I don't understand is if there's something that goes on downtown, like with Black Lives Matters, or say, for example, the Pussy Hat March, Madonna up on stage, they have the camera footage right there. But for your average murder victim, they do not. So no, Detective Stacy, amazing. She just said, they're going to give you a hard time, fill out the paperwork. This is kind of how you do it. And she gave me an example paperwork, obviously with stuff redacted, but just showing me where to put Keith's name, where to put my name. But See, here's the thing. In order for any parent, and I think we should learn this. I think this is a way to learn it because they have the United States of America tied up with lawyers. In other words, if you and I get into a car accident, I cannot get my records from you. I mean, my records about my accident without having a lawyer get it from the court, okay? A lawyer get it from the court. If I don't have a lawyer, I can't go in with my driver's license and say, I'm Sloan Bella, I got in a car accident, can I have the information? No, you have to get a lawyer. And I learned that from John years ago. He had to go get a lawyer to get his accident record. Someone hit him and he couldn't even get it. So you have to file a lawsuit. So you're going to be out anywhere from $25 to $5,000 up front if you have a child that's murdered. That's the law. That's it. Okay, that's it. You have no choice. So I filed a lawsuit. Okay, good. Deluxe Nation and Jamie Deluxe, same. Go subscribe. He's very truthful. Do it. We love our sister and brother channels over here, brother and sister channels, because they speak truth. Anyone who speaks truth is good. It's very good. Very, very good. But it's weird with the legal system because I had to go pay. Now, granted, the lawyer that did the paperwork for me got into a fight at the the courthouse because why not? They didn't want to do a wrongful death paperwork. Okay, they did not want to do that because it's wrongful death. That's a pretty heavy sentiment. But they didn't want to do it, and so he fought to do it, but it was pro se. So I'm pro se, meaning I'm on my own looking for a lawyer. At the time I filed the lawsuit, you only have 2 years to file, and then it goes into the court system, which gives you latitude to find witnesses. And so we just found the 2 witnesses last week that we needed to find. Anyway, my point was, so you have to put, yes, exactly. You have to put 2,500 to $5,000 down. That's to file it. That's with filing fees, having the lawyer write up the stuff, providing they know what they do. I found a criminal attorney who knew what to do. The funniest thing is, he was referred to me by one of my acquaintances because I was desperate. I had to do it by July 29th, year 2, because Keith died July 29th, 2020. So my friend said, here, go to him. He's right down the hall. Okay. So I said, okay, great. Like from where his office is. So I went and he did the paperwork for me. Okay, great. I met with him twice. I explained what happened. I explained who I wanted in a lawsuit to the best of my knowledge. Understand, you have to unravel things. It's such like as Bobby knows, it's such any kind of criminal investigation is not obvious. It's many different roads and every rabbit hole. So you can sound kind of crazy when you're looking for people because it's every single rabbit hole you go down, right? So anyway, who are we talking to? You have no idea what happened, so you can be quiet. I have no idea who you're talking to. Anyway, so it's every kind of rabbit hole you go down. So the lawyer files that. Then you have the paperwork. Then you have to go ahead and show up in Canada is even worse. Yes, our friend in Canada, even worse. So it's a real problem. And then last week, okay, so I went in March or April. It might have been April. I went. I can't remember. So it was a year. I held it off as long as I could because I was looking for these witnesses and I couldn't find them because they didn't leave their name, even though they were asked to. Anyhow, don't be a bitch in an accident. Just leave your fucking name. What are you afraid of? Anyhow, so I went into court and she said, you haven't served anybody. So I am divorced. Yes. So anyway, she said you have until July 18th. So I had to find a server, give the addresses. That's another amount of money. So you're probably going to be into it for 500 to 1,000, depending on where you live, how many people you have to serve, what you have to do, where they have to drive, blah, blah, blah. But at least, and then you want to file it with the court. So have the server do it, right? And so now we go forward. So now it's more money to add people to the lawsuit. And then I have to interview a lawyer because I just found a paralegal to help me with the paperwork, but I have to find a lawyer now to take the case over. We have done the legwork. And Bobby has written it up. I mean, she interviewed everybody and she preserved evidence. Stacy preserved evidence. She preserved evidence. Phone calls, interviews, pictures. Do you know, Bobby? I'm serious. I don't know if you guys remember. There is no, it's amazing. It's amazing. I'm very lucky. There was a website in California on Facebook. Well, it's Motorcycles Down California. They probably have it in every state. But somebody had posted that video. You can get, yeah, you can get free legal help, but it's a wrongful death. That's a little bit different. That's not like, my neighbor slashed my tires or whatever. You can, and I have done it on my own. As I'm saying, my friend Stacy would send me the paperwork, and so I had to do it 8 to 11 times. Go into the court, get the court stamp, go down to the discovery unit, hand it to them, pay the money, have them tell me, I'm sorry, we have to decline it. You didn't do this, you didn't do that, blah, 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 all of that, right? So that's what we did. That's what I did. So, and I've got paper all over the floor here because I had to go back to find verbiage in the 400 pages of the police report. Okay, so I had to do that. And I've got papers. I had to go into my storage shed. No one cares, but I had to pull the storage out. So now they're all here on the floor, and I've been going through the paperwork. Bobby's been sending me clips because we have to get what is it called? A supplemental for the police report. So when people write things and it's not right on the report, the police kind of you have to prove things in a different way. So we've had to do that as well. And Bobby's helped me. And we just wrote the sergeant last night. We just got the email done, 3 emails done. And so that took me 6 hours to compose because of the evidence. And then I had to go to Silk's class and then come back and finish it. And then I ate dinner. So, but it was all day. Like I sat here for 4 hours composing a letter, okay? So meaning you have to do it, but you have to look at it. Bobby wrote a police report, like the writing that goes into things is amazing. And so you just share request this. Wait, what did you share and requested the sergeant? Well, what I shared and requested was that I had to share things on the police report to have it corrected, because they said my son was intoxicated when he died and he was not. So of course, me being me, I went to 3 different doctors and then the coroner, okay, and had him read the toxicology. And at the time of death, he was not intoxicated. They always do. No, I'm serious. He wasn't. And they wrote down he killed himself because he was intoxicated. He wasn't. And so the coroner, I had to transcribe that conversation, and it's been transcribed and sent. You can't just write that arbitrarily for whatever fucking reason because you want to close the case because you can't find the people that pulled out the car, whatever. No. And so, yeah, they do that. But what happens is when they do a tox screen when you die, they also take your liver and your, I'm making them do their fucking job. That's what I did. That's what I did. So, but they take the shit from your liver. And if you have done any kind of alcohol, weed, whatever, the weeks prior, it will be broken down in the liver. And they also list that. That is not being under the influence. That is shit that's like in your stomach when you die. You're not like full and fucking, disgusting, full from dinner. It can be in your intestines all the way to... Anyway, I couldn't. So the coroner and I had the conversation. It was like 15 minutes. And he said, your son wasn't intoxicated. That's coming from him. He cut my kid's body open. So that's coming from him. He said, no, this would have happened 10 days. He said up to a week to 10 days prior. This is just a small amount in the liver, not active. Oh. So anyway, see, and here's what I told my kids always. Even if you smoke weed or you drink something or you snort something or whatever the fuck it is you do, they will use it against you if they can find a way out. It's a way to get out. But what I don't understand, and I mean this sincerely, I mean this fucking sincerely, okay? If you are a police officer working and you see a medical record that you don't understand. And I'm just somebody's asshole mother. I researched it with 4 different doctors so that I was 100% sure what I was talking about. Not just wanting my kid to be good, not that. I was 100% sure what I'm talking about. Why, as an officer, when you call yourself an authority, are you not doing the same thing? Why are you not? Yes, yes, metabolites. Thank you, Shelly. There you go. Why are you not doing the same fucking thing? Because I did it immediately. I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to shut my mouth if my kid was doing it, but he wasn't. So why would you not look that up? So that's called a supplemental, and they'll never change the police report, but they add it to it saying this was stated incorrectly. So that's it. Because and people in my family, yeah, they might be lazy or they might believe it, but if I find something on a medical record, I am going to look it up. Just as a professional, I'm not a professional, and I'm going to look it up. When my clients send me their medical records, I'm looking to see what the fuck that is. What is it you are talking about? So it's interesting to me that you have that kind of authority and that kind of control to write a narrative, and that you're that fucking stupid you wouldn't go research what it actually says. And yeah, I'm saying that, but so I had to take a different route to get that looked into. So that's what I did. That's it. That's what I did. That's it, and that's the way it is. So that will be changed because I proved it. I proved it, and so there's that. And I transcribed it. Manchurian candidates, yeah, so I transcribed it. Yeah, totally hijacked. But it was weird because when Detective Stacy saw the coroner's report, she went and looked it up with one of her DEA agents and gave me the breakdown. And then I interviewed 3 other people. So like, if you're a cop, go do that. That's your job. You have one thing, and it's not to write down nonsense to the family. Like, it's to be, and it may be an oversight. I don't know, but that's it. That's it. No, it's important. I know John is like, well, he's dead anyway. I'm like, I don't fucking care. I don't want Meadow reading the records. I want it corrected. Speak correctly or shut the fuck up. Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Just Jesus. Don't do that. And what they told me the day is they said, we can't find these people, so it's his fault. And I'm like, no, now I found the people. Anyway, that's it. So I know now, and I've heard from so many clients of murder victims, people I know whose children are murdered and stuff like that. They write all kinds of shit on the police report, and parents are too distraught to deal with it. So everybody needs to have a friend in that industry or an advocate that will help them when their child goes, to tell them what to ask. Because I go right into analytical, so I want to know everything. Even if my poor kid is dead, I want to know why he's dead. What happened? Who is this person? Who the fuck is that person? Why am I looking at this and I have no record of these goddamn people on this tape? So there you go. Canada escapee, exactly. So there are a shit ton of stuff that goes on that they get too many people. I understand it. They're overwhelmed. I understand that, because in Los Angeles, it's crazy town out here. It really is. I mean, they probably got 1,000. I mean, and we have a DA that throws them all back out in the street. So police's jobs are being like thrown out. But I know what I know when I know it. And it's just, and they look at you. They look at you. I remember John he did almost get in a fight when we were in there, because they look at you like you're fucking crazy when you say, no, that's not the case. They're like, she's delusional. I can tell the look, and I'm like, no, I researched it. Like, I'm not a dumb blonde. I'm not an idiot. I'm not a moron. I researched it. Another thing I found out, which was told to me by other police departments, when they decided yoga pants, yeah, exactly. No, they don't like us. No, I know they don't. When they decided that Keith was a single vehicle accident, when they say that, the day, which is what they told one of the witnesses on that day, they then proceeded to, they will use you can't deter me. You can't fucking deter me, okay? You cannot fucking deter me. I've been deterred. I've been called everything. I've had my ass kicked, beaten, punched in the face, tried to be run off the road. You're not going to deter me. You'll have to kill me. So go fuck yourself. I don't care. My life's ruined, so it doesn't matter. But so they won't deter me. I've nothing better than to do this, so to speak. But when you look at it, just so you know this, unless there's like a murder investigation with a vehicle, like the woman, the Grossman Burn Center woman that ran those kids over, and then she's like, I didn't hit anything. Thanks, Bobby, for that. Oh my God, I should send that back to you and triple it, quadruple it. Tinkerbell, I love Tinkerbell. But when you look at the Grossman Burn woman, she's like, I didn't hit anybody. Bitch, you hit 2 kids in a crosswalk. You fucking idiot. Okay? Like, that vehicle is going to be impounded for an investigation because she's denying doing it. The front end is off of it. She's 150 feet down the street or wherever. That's going to be impounded because that is an investigation. Okay? Like, they have to prove it in court. I mean, there's witnesses, but they have to take the front end, test for blood, whatever they're doing. In Key's case, that day, they decided that it was just random. He ran off the flat road by himself for no reason. They did not need to impound the bike at that time. So by the time I got the bike the following week, it was almost $1,000. It cost our family to retrieve that bike, to have Paige's dad look at it because he's professional motorcycle stunt rider mechanic person. So I had to have him, he testifies on this shit. I had to have him look at the bike, and he was gracious enough to come to the house as soon as I got it towed to the house and check where it hit the ground, where it was scratched, blah, 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 blah. So he could see what angle it was at, what happened, etc. So that I knew what my kid was doing, right? Yes, I'd love to say fuck you. That's correct. I'm going to speak profanity. I don't care. Don't talk profanity. Listen, don't do that, okay? If you don't like who I am, you can go somewhere else. I'm going to speak freely because I'm not in Nazi Germany with you telling me how to speak. This is who I am. This is how I speak day to day. My kids were raised like this. It doesn't stop me from earning money. I can still walk into a court. I can converse. I have a high IQ. I can research. It's okay. I can say fuck and fuck you. Deal with it. Grow up, okay? Grow up. Just grow up. Grow the fuck up. Anyway. Jesus. Anyhow, when they took the bike into impound, they put it in there so that they could get the city money. What they could have done, since they made their mind up, is let me tow the bike home from the scene. But it cost me money, and I had to go there. And I've told you this story. So the officer, I went to the Valley Traffic. The officer did the release paperwork and said that me or Jason could pick the bike up, right? Either one of us. Meaning, you know, like if I couldn't do it, Jason would do it. We didn't know who had the towing on their thing, right? So I get over there, and I'm going to say it, it's Ross Baker Tow in the Valley and Chatsworth over there. This is Ross Baker Towing. This bitch in that fucking tow company, and I'm that towing company. So I go in there. I have the paperwork that the officer gave me, right? This fucking bitch looking at the bike, probably surmising my kid's dead on it. This fucking bitch, she goes, no, I'm sorry, they didn't release it. So I take my phone out. I call the detective and I put it on speaker. I'm like, this fucking bitch says you didn't release it. Is she stupid or are you lying to me? So I'll make you as uncomfortable as can be when you're lying to my face. I will make you so uncomfortable that you want me to fuck off and go away. Then I got my bike because she lied. He sent the email. He said it on the phone. Okay. He said it out loud on fucking speakerphone. So don't lie to me because I'll come right back after your ass. This bitch sat there with a look on her face. She's like, no, I'm sorry. Because they wanted another day. Disgusting. Disgusting. I was like, you're a fucking hoe bag. And I mean that. Fucking bitch, okay? Like disgusting. I get out of there. I got it. Oh, they lie all the time. That's why I put them on speakerphone. That's why I record your ass. That's why I record your ass, okay? That's why I record your ass. That's it. I was like, who plays head games like that? Who plays head games, you bitch? Don't play head games with me. I don't forget who you were. I don't forget what day you were working. I don't forget it. And I will get even one day. You shouldn't do that. Yes, the crash happened in Chatsworth. On DeSoto. So, yeah. I mean, I just went nuts. I was like, and then the tow truck guy was like, oh my God, what happened? So I was just completely numb. I had to sit there by myself. I had to take that. I know it's disgusting, but see, the police go there. So and this was told to me by other officers in other divisions, including Detective Stacy. They didn't have to tow it in there at that time. Why do you want to cost families who have a dead kid or a dead relative money? Why do you want to do that? Why does the officer take it upon himself, knowing that they're going to write down, because they told one witness that day it was a single vehicle accident, because that's what they put, but we now know it wasn't. But anyway, because we have a tape. Anyway, if it is the case of that, why do you want to take it to a tow company and cost them $1,000 more? So then you can cost them another 10, 20 grand for a funeral. Is that what you want to do? Of course it's what you want to do. Yeah, it's disgusting. And she was a liar on top of it. The look on her face when I put the cop on speakerphone was hilarious. I go, this bitch says that. I was like, is she lying or are you lying? Are you a lying cop or is she fucking lying bitch? And seriously, like, don't fuck with me. I don't like it. I have no patience. But anyway, no, I tape all the time. Now, here's another trick I learned. I learned this from my divorce lawyer. Okay, so whatever state you're in, if it's a two-state, two consent part, like both people have to consent, right? Well, sometimes people work in studios and they accidentally leave their videos on and stuff, and it records conversation. So, and it's an accident. You don't even know that, right? So you can transcribe things, and then it becomes a transcription of a conversation as opposed to a recording, and there's different legality around that. So you have to check your state, whatever your state is. So much. Yeah, my son owns a tow company, and if a person passes, he tows for free. Your son is good, Becky. This bitch wanted to hold the bike hostage. What the hell? Yay for the first grandbaby, Mellow Yellow. So it was, I know they're demonic chaos, they're fucking chaos causers. Suri is always listening, right? But I'm glad she is. Yeah, no, it was just outrageous. It was an outrageous, it's coming up on year 4, and it always triggers me in July. So I'm like 8 days off of it, or 6 days off of it. 6 days off of the worst day of my life. The most destructive, the most fucking gross, the most, I don't know what to say. But even as a parent of a dead child, a murdered child, a lost child, a kidnapped child, a trafficked child, your energy focused on your child will feel it. You can't give up. Just because people are lazy in your family and they're like, they're dead anyway, because I heard that a lot. He's dead anyway. What's it going to change? Well, it's not going to change fucking anything, except they're not getting away with bad mouthing them and getting away with not stepping up. That's what it changes, okay? That's what it changes. So your child, if they've been kidnapped, murdered, they can still feel your energy. Abdicate for them. Abdicate in every way you can. Every way you can. Your relative, your husband, your whoever. I had beautiful people reach out to me. That's all I can say. And they were so kind and generous. I would have lost my mind. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. I would have lost my mind. It changes your life. Yeah, I'm dead. As I said, I was in silk. Yes, Jackie. Poor Jackie passed. And then her mother passed at Christmas. Jebra, her friend, messaged me that her mother passed. I think Jackie passed before Christmas and her mother passed like 4 months later. Very sad. And Jackie, for those of you that don't know, hi Jana. Those of you that don't know, Jackie's daughter was murdered in, I think it was 2017. I know it was Father's Day. Uh, so, and they called it a suicide. And they called it a suicide because you know why? Because that's the shit they do. That's the fucking shit that they do. I saw the autopsy pictures for that. She sent me them. The accident, it was a gunshot. She didn't do that to herself. She did not do it with a shotgun to herself. Again, that's a Kurt Cobain thing. The shotgun to the head, the cell. No, not true. So poor Angie. And Angie, I got to say this. I had the most brilliant reading from a client who randomly mentioned it to me. Okay. I know the greasy man did it. I know. I had this beautiful Natalie. She just randomly had a dream with Keith in it and Angie together, and there were like 3 other psychics that described Angie and then Keith, and I was like, "That is so great." No, it wasn't. You know, yeah. Oh, Bobby saw the whole thing. They moved the body. Yeah, Bobby knows. They definitely know that. Yeah. He died on July 14th. Who? Wait, who died? Yeah, I'm sorry, whoever passed on July 14th of 2003. Jackie was lovely, just devastated from what happened to her daughter, beyond devastated. I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine that. I can't even imagine it. Devastated. And she was so lovely. And I remember I talked to her probably maybe like a month before she passed. And then I heard she passed. I was like, fuck. You know, I think she was a little, yeah, Jackie was wonderful. Jackie was kind. She was funny. She was supportive. She was a Leo. She was all things beautiful. She loved her daughter like nobody's business. She loved her daughter so much, truly like a Leo person can. She loved her daughter so much. And her beautiful little daughter was so cute. Her daughter was so cute. Angie, and I think she was a Pisces, Angie, if I'm correct. And she was sweet and cute. She'd overcome a lot. And this fucking fuck killed her. This Jackie passed just before Christmas, if I can remember correctly. And then her mom passed after her. So Angie is now, there's 3 generations of women on that side. And so, yeah, Jackie was really lovely. She spoke to me and reached out to me the second he died with tremendous kindness that a woman whose child has died can understand. She understood it. She understood it so well. And I was so, I was so grateful. She was so kind. She sent me, "What can I do for you?" She talked to me. And believe me, I was psychotic at the time. In other words, it was like, it's like you're hit with, my son will be 2. Oh, sweet, August 1st. That was my best friend's birthday, who died on a motorcycle when he was 18. Yeah, Jackie was she was a very good person. And her daughter was her life. And that, see, okay, I just can't. You can't murder people. I mean, I know people fucking do that. I know they do that, but you remove somebody. You can't kidnap them. You can't murder them. You can't do shit like this. Like, there's a huge price to pay for that. You don't get away with it. And and the reason, yes, Jackie was always there. She had gotten sick. She had broken her leg a year before she passed, her femur. She had broken it, and after the surgery, she was unable to walk. So she became bedridden. And I think she was in her mid-50s. She wasn't particularly old. She became bedridden. So she wasn't really able to walk again. So she was in bed, and it was just so sad the last year of her life, because that shouldn't have been for her. She was such a lovely woman. No, it wasn't COVID. She broke her femur. I think it was the thigh, whatever, in the thigh. She broke that, and it was just hugely sad because she just couldn't, get out. No, people make a mistake. I'm not strong. You have no choice when your child dies but to get up, and you can do drugs. You can become a ratchet addict and fuck more people's lives up. Or you can find out what happened to your child, and you can use your child's memory to help other people or just help people in general. But it's not that you're strong. I'm not strong. People think I'm strong because I don't stop. but I'm not strong. Okay, like it's not about strength. What are you going to do? I could shoot up, but I mean, why start now? I get, when I was younger, I could have probably got somewhere with it, but I mean, I could do that. I could drink, I could medicate myself, but what does that actually do? What does that actually do? Okay. There were not many deaths from COVID. Be quiet. There were many deaths because of people who were unhealthy and they took the vaccine. People get the flu. People die from asthma. Do you know that? People die from asthma. Do I see a vaccine from asthma? How about fucking cancer? I don't see a vaccine that they figured out for cancer because it's too much money. No, I don't see a vaccine for that. Oh, how about alcohol? How many people fucking die from alcohol? Cars, driving, they're out there drinking. How about that? How about that? How about freaking drugs? Fentanyl. Do you know how many people are dying of fentanyl? How about diabetes and overweightness? How about that? Shut up with your COVID shit. Not as many people die as they do from drugs and alcohol. And until the government corrects that, I don't want to hear it. Because guess what? During COVID, they left the strip clubs. Not that I'm opposed to my stripper girls working. I'm not. But they left the strip clubs open, closed the gyms, closed the hiking trails, closed the beaches, and left the liquor stores open. Why? Why, you guys? Why? Right? Yes, drunk drivers. But why did they do that? They want you healthy. Oh, God, it's your responsibility to keep yourself healthy. Then you should be exercising. You're going to close the outside down? The fresh air? You fucking idiots. Oh, my God. I don't know if Jackie was a truck. Oh, yes, she was a truck driver. Yes, yes. Yes, she was. You're right about that. She did t-shirts. She sent me these great t-shirts with my hiking pictures on it, Lenny Kravitz. They closed churches. That should tell you what COVID was, okay? And if you have any kind of pre-existing condition, you're going to get sicker faster. Like John had to be careful because he had cancer, okay? And arthritis. So you have to be careful when you have things. But I don't see a vaccine for cancer. Why? Why is that? They can figure everything out real quick with COVID. Why not cancer? Why not cancer? I'm asking. Okay? So if you have diabetes, you're going to get sicker quicker because your body is overtaxed. If you're 100 pounds overweight, you're going to get sicker quicker because your body is overtaxed. If you smoke cigarettes, your lungs are going to be fucked up. But do you know people die of asthma? Do you know that? I do not see a vaccine for asthma. Cats can give you asthma because I'm asthmatic. I know this. Exercise, smoking, pollution. Do you see them doing that? Pneumonia. People die of pneumonia. They have a shot for pneumonia. Doesn't cure pneumonia. Okay? I just can't. I just can't. I know they make too much money on it. 112 pounds. Holy shit. Bravo. Good for you. Your mom passed from asthma. It totally happens. I've had attacks where I've had to go to the hospital and be on a machine. Not recently, but when I was in my 20s. It's a very sick and twisted world. It's so sick. I can't. Shingle shots. Yeah, I just can't. Here's the way to beat the medical system. Keep yourself healthy. Don't smoke. Don't drink. Moderation is always key. Okay? But like if you're going to be a crazy crackhead, you're probably going to have a problem. If you're going to take the bizarro world, exactly. If you're going to do heroin, fentanyl, Oxycontin, you, like Elvis, are going to get constipation, which is going to shut your body down. Your teeth are going to get rotted from all the shit you take to get off of the opioids. You're not going to eat properly if you're on meth, but you will make a bitchin' ass house cleaner and a bike builder because they love to do that down the street here. So you have to eat properly, sleep reasonably, moderately indulge in whatever nonsense that people do, weed, crack, whatever. Be a chipper, not a full-on rah-rah 110%, okay? And then You have to get exercise. Stay within 10 pounds of your normal weight and go in the sun and drink plenty of water and educate your mind. Do stuff new. So, if you're going to sit there and smoke crack all day, shoot up, eat pizza 24/7, smoke the meth for 2 months to lose the weight from the pizza, bicycle around town in the heat while not sleeping for 3 weeks, I think maybe you're going to cause yourself some illness. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. Might be wrong. But so dabbling in crack a little here, a little. I know people who do that. I literally know people that are, we call them, yes, I'm a pescatarian. That's what I am. I know people, we call them in our house chippers. We have friends that are chippers. Like, they go out one day a weekend and do, like, they'll snort cocaine, they'll smoke a crack pipe, they'll do LSD, and then they go back to normal. We call those people chippers. I'm like, how do you fucking do that? Like, I could never do meth. That would be the end of me. Yeah, the weekend warriors, exactly. They're like, and the people dying from BBLs. What is that? It's hilarious. No, not the dying. I'm talking about the meth. Let's see, pescatarian. Yeah. No, chipper. We call them chippers in our house. They're the people that aren't full on addicts, but like if they go to a party, they'll snort a line of cocaine or they'll drink like 6 shots one day or whatever, once a month, whatever. All of that. They'll do that kind of thing, but they won't do it every day. Like, they don't, I mean, you could be in danger of doing it, obviously, but yeah, meth. Yeah, I stay dangerously. Yeah, exactly. I can't do meth. Like, meth is just like, no meth, no bueno. Yeah, well, weed, but if you're smoking weed every day, just think about that for a second. Like, it's going into your lungs. What's happening to your lungs? You can do it. You can do whatever the fuck you want, but it doesn't matter what you do. You can do it. Like, functional addicts. Well, they're not necessarily addicts. They're not doing it enough to be addicts. Sister weighed 105, took a shot. Oh my God. Jesus, I'm so sorry. Yeah, no, shotgun deaths. I'm just saying this from Jackie's daughter, and I did look at, Jackie was a lot like I was as a Leo. She's like, here's the pictures of my daughter, and they were very graphic. Also, her daughter was unclothed in the pictures, which, and I'm just going to say this, after, and I understand how Jackie was, had I not had my child die, I would have never been able to look at autopsy pictures just because, but I looked at every aspect of Keith, and I didn't think I could, but I did, and it was horrific, and at the same time mind-numbing. And so when I looked at Jackie's daughter, a shotgun. Now, just keep in mind, Kurt Cobain, who was shooting himself up with heroin, according to the I know he was murdered, okay? I know that. But they tried to pass off on that fucking police report, okay? Microdosing, exactly. They tried to pass on that police report that he shot up and shot himself up too much. Shot himself up like with too much heroin. So that's a body stone if you've ever done heroin. Body stone. So he's shooting up, it's hitting his veins. He's knocking himself out. Clunk, knocked out. Then he took a shotgun and wiped everything down with bleach after he shot. I know, and then cleaned up with bleach. I don't think so. So with a shotgun, you have to understand a shotgun. I know who did it, David Geffen. Oh, did that come out of my mouth? Geffen. I told you about that, right? Did I tell you guys that story? So where I was in my local neighborhood, this is 15, probably 17 years ago. I'm getting coffee in my neighborhood without giving too much away. And there's a group of people and they look really fun. You know, there's like 6 of them and they're studio people, athletes, like just people, and they look fun. So me and John start talking to them like in the morning because they go to the same coffee shop. So we're there and we say hi and then we get to know them and then we go to a couple of parties and shit like that, right? And we do all of that. And so one day I go bouncing in there blathering about David Geffen being everything that David Geffen is, right? And so I just, he's this, He's that. Blah, blah, blah. He does this with young boys. Blah, 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 all of this. He's a murderer. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever I'm saying, right? I walk in. This is the conversation. So John and I are sitting down. Suddenly, John gives me a wallop in the leg under the table. And I'm like, what the fuck did you do that for? And he's like, one of our little friends over there, which is true. We met the pilot of David Geffen, Spielberg and Katzenberg. They share a pilot. I know the pilot. So randomly, interesting, isn't it? So John kicked me to shut up at the table. Shut up, he says. Shut up. Yeah, I know the pilot for them. Actually lives in our neighborhood. Also Oprah's pilot. He's not Oprah's pilot. There is another pilot I know. Isn't that? It's so funny, randomly. But the reason for that is God will place his in front of theirs so that you get the information you need. So you hear things, you understand things, and you know things. That's how also knocked off John. Like, I don't know. Rachel, I'm sorry for your loss. Of course that's why John was kicking me under the table. It's like a whap. Like that. He's like, shh. See, John's my protector because I would be in jail if it weren't for him, quite frankly. Not now. But when I was younger, I would have been in jail. He constantly was getting me out of shit. I had no self-control. Like, I would fly off the handle. David Geffen, I don't like. The reason I don't like David Geffen is because, and that Riley Strain is another one. I don't like Spielberg. Okay, I don't like Spielberg. Look at his face with these young kids on his lap. And it's all part of their culture. So when you understand I'm just going to use the word culture. So for example, when people, Middle Eastern religion where they wear everything around their, oh God, I forget the name of it. Forgive me for not knowing. But when the women are covered from head to toe and they have to follow the lead of the man and that is their religion and their culture, correct? So you can't really go against people's, like, they're raised in that culture. If you're raised Catholic, I can only speak to Catholic, Anglican, Protestant, because, I'm Muslim. Thank you. I'm a white girl. Like, don't hijab. Hijab. I hope I say that right. So they wear that. So that's their business. Like, they're born into those families, burqa. Yeah, and they can do that. Like, they come from those cultures. There's no disrespect there. The same with these Luciferian, Freemason, Masonic, Satanist, non-God following, and I don't mean Allah, Buddha, I mean literally the opposite energy. These people, that is their culture and their religion. So they're in communities. So when we call Illuminati, yeah, I hate to use that word, Illuminati. Anyway, when you go into their culture, yes, black magic. When you go into their culture, they don't see anything wrong with it. A Muslim thinks that their religion is fine. A Catholic thinks their religion is fine. A Christian thinks their religion is fine. A Buddhist thinks their religion is fine. Who am I to tell them it's not? However, the behaviors within the context of that culture, I'm talking about the Freemasons, that behavior is ingrained in them. So they look at us suspiciously, like we are the outsiders. We are the wrong ones. They read the Bible backwards. So Depeche Mode, exactly. And then in comes Depeche Mode. So they look at it flipped. They don't believe they're doing anything wrong. So Drew Barrymore, who Uncle Steven, now Steven Spielberg adopted a African-American daughter who ended up in the sex industry marrying a much older man. Now there's a thing. Gee, where have I heard that before? Madonna's son, leaving Madonna's house and Madonna's money, okay? Leaving Madonna's house and Madonna's money because he didn't want to be a girl anymore. You know why? Because her brainwashing didn't work. He's not a fucking girl. He's a guy. He lives with his girlfriend. He left. He's saying he's eating out of the garbage out there. She cut him off. And he's just teaching guitar lessons like everybody else's kid. But he's not a girl. And he knows it. Drew Barrymore comes from the Barrymore, Ethel Barrymore, John Barrymore. And why was her father homeless and on the street and fractured? Because he was raised into MK Ultra and his mind was split. How is it split? Ritualistic sodomy. Ritualistic sodomy. I want you to get used to it. Like, I'm not being a weirdo. It's not about gay sex. It's about sodomy ritual. And then doing that under the age of 4 and splitting the mind through trauma, okay? Which is what happened, and inbreeding. Reese Witherspoon. Oh God, shut up, Sloan, you bitch. Anyway, I always think of that because she has that chin that is so particular. But it's interesting because people don't understand. I did a video on Heather O'Rourke. I cannot say that. Absolutely. And see, Drew Barrymore grew up in that family. She was culturally raised in that. Nicole Kidman, culturally raised in that. And to their, sorry, my nose ring is so itchy. To their defense, if you will, to their defense, okay? To their defense, they don't know any different any more than you do. You do what your mommy and daddy tell you, right? Like, you don't, I don't know if she is. I just said because of the chin. I'm just saying there's a particular type of chin level. It's a certain gene pool. You have to look that up. But they are born, well, Judy Garland, I mean, what the fuck did they do to that poor woman? What did they do to Judy Garland? Her mother, basically, the husband fucked the head of the studio. That's how Judy got in. That's factual. And then Judy had this habit of marrying like gay men. Liza did it. And it's weird. I watched Liza Minnelli. My friend and I went to see her at the Hollywood Bowl. She is a phenomenal entertainer. Liza, phenomenal. I mean, full of energy. And this is probably like 2008, 2009. She's like a really amazing. But as I was watching her on stage, and I kid you not, this is what I got psychically. This I didn't actually see. But I felt like they were giving her uppers through a needle. And then she would shut down. Yes, thank you. That jaw. You know what I'm talking. I got to write that down. You know more about that than I do. I know what you're saying. I got to write it down. The name. I forgot the name. Yeah, thank you. That's what I meant. Anyway, Liza Minnelli, I saw it, and then I saw the energy shut down right after. So it's like they're completely incapacitated, and then they come on like a robot, and then they're incapacitated. Yeah, she has to be programmed. She has to be programmed. She has to be there. That's their culture. Just like you, now I just want you to hear this. Don't yell at me. Don't come for me. Little Catholic girls, I never did this, thank God, but little Catholic girls, they go to church. They dress up like brides. How fucking sick is this? They're 5 and 6 years old. Children, why are you a child bride to God? Why are you a fucking child bride to God? Sarah Ruth Ashcroft. Why are you a child bride? Why are people in Catholicism thinking that it's normal to take their beautiful little 5 and 6 year old, dress them in a veil, like a little bride in white, have them go up to the priest and do their ceremony to marry God? What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? What? Stop. What are you doing? Why? And yes, exactly. Why are you doing that? And then just humor me. Catholicism, ritualistic black magic. So they are telling you it's of God while performing the opposite of God, while marrying God. Your daughter is not obligated to marry God in a religious ceremony. Yeah, First Communion. Thank you. Why are they doing that? That is not okay. They are 5 and 6. That is not okay. She mentioned the name of Jesus and he shot her in the face. That's what a demon will do every time. Demons do not like Jesus. But I'm just asking. So all the Catholic people do this to their kids. Why? because it's their culture and their religion. They don't question it. Oh my God, right? I know, I've talked about that. Eat the body, drink the blood of Christ. What is that? What is that? What is that? What is that? Right. I know, Arizona Wilder, absolutely. But what is that? But we don't think anything of it. We don't think anything. It's not 5 or 6. You're wrong. No, it is. It's little 5, 6, 7, 8. First grade. I've seen it in first grade. I don't care. I'm never going to agree with a man-made religion. Okay? Ever. I'm never going to agree with it. I'm not going to do that. And I'll tell you another reason I'm not going to agree with it. So if you were a woman in the 60s in a Catholic church, I was a child in the mid 60s. But anyway, if you're a woman in the church, in the Catholic church, as a young woman, and you were on birth control, you were thrown out of the church. But if your motherfucking husband or boyfriend is in that church, he's the one fucking you, he could stay. Why? Why? He's fucking you. Men don't use birth control for the most part. So there's no pill for these idiots. So why are you throwing the woman out? Why not beat up the man who's making her take the pill, which they've now proven is a carcinogen? Huh. Okay, right? So why? But nobody, I've been protesting Scientology. Yeah, Scientology is Satanism. Scientology is Satanism. So is Catholicism, because they have taken the religion and twisted it. Misogyny, you're 100% correct. They kicked, yes, I know, you get pregnant and they kick you out. Well, they did that. That's the Irish Catholics, so they could traffic children. So they could traffic children. Okay, they wanted to take your babies. So they gave you ritualistic, yes, Bohemian Grove, absolutely. They gave you a religion that said you should be shameful for getting pregnant because they're uptight. Meanwhile, all the priests are running around in dresses. What's that sound like? Oh, yeah, okay. I'm sorry, robes. Why are you fuckers wearing robes? Why are you dudes? And the only reason women are not priests is because women outlive men, and when married, they will keep the money of the Vatican. That is why. It's not because men know better. It's they didn't want to split their money. Whatever. They do incantations, then they speak in Latin. Figure it out yourself. And that's no disrespect to any priest who is a good person. Yes, the pineal gland. Yes. Yes. Exactly. And the Red Shoe Club. Exactly. Yeah, that's what they do. But I'm not going to listen. I mean, I never had to go to church, and thank God my dad was like, fuck church, and there are no church, and fuck God. He didn't really say it like that. He was politer about it, but he's just like, I don't believe in that. So I was not raised with religion at all. Yes, the pineal gland, exactly. I just look at it. Why are you marrying your daughter to God? What is that? What is that? Why are women in other cultures, I don't know. The Dalai Lama was sucking face with a child. You should know. You should know he didn't get that power. Who wants that power religiously? Smiley face Oldstein? Who likes tranny women? Okay. Yeah, good. Do I believe Sybil existed? Or Sybil's. I don't know what a Sybil's is. Yeah, Mother Teresa was a dude. Tom Cruise's looks are failing tremendously. And here's my theory. Here Sloan goes. She crazy. This is why I stay sober. This is why I stay sober. Okay? Joel Osteen 100% was being tracked because he was with a woman who was a dude. Okay? Dude dressed like a lady, looks like a lady. That's right. He liked the dudes that look like ladies because they like dick. Secretly, they like dick because they've been doing the dick shit to get into their cult and higher up. They got to take it up. They got to have the sex like that, whether they're gay or not. Of course, men are going to be driven to be gay through that because it feels better to them than being with a woman because they have the glands up there, Anyway, So once you introduce them to that, they are gay. Like they prefer it, right? Joel Osteen, yes, a chick. No, not Joel Osteen wasn't a girl. He dates the lady boys. I don't know what to call them. You understand, right? Yes, preachers' wives are beers. Remember poor Tammy Faye Baker? And they made fun of her eyelashes, and now every bitch out in the city's like got snuffleupagus eyelashes. Remember? Tammy Faye Baker, they're like, look at her makeup, look what she puts on. She was a trendsetter. Every single female before COVID was sewing that shit into their eyelashes, and it was like this long, and they looked like snuffleupaguses. And they fucking hella took down Tammy Faye for that. There you go. There you go. There you go. Olsen, I don't know if he's inverted or not, but Tom Cruise. Now, here's what I feel. Here, okay, listen. Are you again? Here comes the microphone. To the fucktard. Are you against transgenders? No, but I can speak about them. If men are going to go out there in positions of powers like the bitches they are and use women as a beard, okay? And go and screw men that are dressed like women, I'm going to call it out whether you like it or not. I have nothing against transgender. They can do whatever they want. But yes, against liars. So don't twist it. Get it right. Get it right. They cause a lot of problems. Stop fucking with women, okay? Stop fucking with women. If you're a dude and you like a lady boy, then go do that. Stop marrying, because I'll call you out every time. Anyway. Saying slur. Who's saying slurs against them? No one's saying slurs. Don't say slurs against transgender. Shut the fuck up. I'm not saying any slurs. I'm saying that when a married man chooses a man that dresses as a fucking woman, it's a problem for me. And I will call it out. That's not a slur. That's a fact. Deal with it. It's a fact. I mean, come on now. Tammy Faye Baker and her eyelashes, and her husband was a homosexual, but he kept screwing women. Who was that woman he screwed? But secretly he liked men. You know what I mean? That's a problem. Anyway, they have to perform those rituals. It's not, I have nothing, people call me all kinds of things. You're not going to call me that. You're just not going to call me. Caitlyn Jenner. I knew people that knew Caitlyn Jenner had breast implants like 30 years ago. I'll call it out. I don't like your BS. I'm not going to tiptoe around a topic because they're transgender. So I have to speak to be politically correct, or because they're gay, or it's LGBTQ, whatever. First of all, why don't you just be a person and stop with your labels? Number one. Number two, why is it that every single fucking person in fame is caught with a transgender? Why is that? I know. Yeah, Jim Baker. But poor Tammy Faye. Jessica Hahn, thank you. Yes, she took down that other presidential candidate. I can't think of his name. Thank you, Jessica Hahn. You know who I mean. She was screwing around with everybody. But, I mean, they hide behind women. It's a war on women, if you don't understand that. It's a war on women, okay? They will hire, I mean, just look at Barbara Bush. Don't get me started again. Ad nauseum, I have to stop. They will sleep. It's Baphomet. I know what it is. They will sleep with a lady boy, marry one, present them as a female in public to eradicate women. This is why they do it. Exactly. And humiliation ritual. Exactly. Red. Oh my God. Yeah. Let's see. Jamal Bryant's fiance beard. Exactly. Rosemary's Baby. Exactly. They do all kinds of shit. Okay. Barbara Bush. Look at this. I have to do this. This is my joke. For the person that says, oh no, Barbara Bush, please go look up Barbara Bush. Go back to, I don't know, the 60s. Listen to her speak. Look at her. Really use your eyes. And then Google. Come on, you know what I'm going to say, you guys. It's my favorite thing when I'm feeling sad. when I'm feeling mad, when I'm sad, when I'm down, I Google Larry King fetus in a jar. Mic drop. Google that for yourself. Watch that whole thing and tell me what you think. It's funny as shit. It's like, and you know she's MK Ultra. The bad thing is, do these souls, these people in these souls, like they're taken over, and they're taken over so young through the ritual. I mean, yeah, but Google that to the person who said, oh no, not Barbara Bush. Google fetus in a jar. Then come back and give me your book report on it. Tom Cruise. Here's my theory on Tom Cruise. So if you are in Los Angeles and you are like 16, 15, 16, and you go through Planned Parenthood, you can get hormones to transgender into another gender. Newsom just changed that law where if you're 12 and you are wanting to be the opposite sex, they don't have to tell your parents. I don't think so, Newsom. I think if I'm paying for my child and I'm responsible till they're 18 legally, I think I can take them off hormones, you weirdo. Anyway, these underage kids are taking the hormones. So let's say somebody like Tom Cruise is inverted in his family. He is 5'4", but anyway, or 5'4". So let's say, just for argument's sake, let's say he is, oh my God, I forget the name of them. Free Martin. Let's say he's that. Let's say he's given hormones in utero and he's a female and they inject him with male hormones in the belly. And he comes out as a male, but a small male. Okay, if you get what I'm saying. So he has to take hormones his whole life, right? He has to take hormones. So when they get to be, what is he? He's my age, almost 60. So when they get to be old, the hormones, look at the fly. Do you see that? This whole thing, they're all over because the door is open. Did you see that fucking fly landed right there? Oh my God, now I feel like Obama. Look, in that speech. No, it's because the door is open and the cat's coming in and out. So the fly, I don't want to put the fly strips up. Jay is a trans leprechaun, exactly. So let's just say they're taking the hormones, like Kathleen Turner or whatever. I know, monitoring spirits, exactly. But seriously, right out there is the garden and the flies are coming in. And the cat's coming in and out. I just leave the door open for her. I hate them in here, but just like the Pence fly, exactly. So ask yourself, if you have a lifetime of the opposite hormones in your body, because transgender people have to take the hormones or they go back. In other words, it's kind of fake, if you will. Like it's not natural to their body. So like if you take steroids and you're Arnold Schwarzenegger, he doesn't look like pumping iron anymore. One, because he's old, and two, because he can't use those steroids anymore. So if you have to give that up, then you have to give that up, right? So that's what you have to do. So you're going to look weird. So is that what's happening to Tom Cruise? His hormones naturally are shutting down, and then he's taking, I'm not saying slurs, 5'7" and 62. I don't think he's 5'7". I'm pretty sure he's really 5'4". I'm not going to say how I know that, but Bridget Bardot too. Why do they look so raggedy? Is it fillers too? Could definitely be fillers. Yeah, I know. Poor Jackie and her mom. Yeah, 62 years old. I know, not 6'2", 62. I got that part. Yeah, Dolph Lundgren doesn't look like he did the switch. But a lot of them have very out of proportion body looks that look hormonally. Like people that have hormonal issues can look, yeah, Tom wears lifts. I know he's 5'4", but I understand the natural hormones don't work anymore. Yes, they don't, but they're injecting, or however they take their hormones. So if you've been taking hormones to be the opposite sex since you're 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, I worked at a shelter where Children of the Night, where that was given to them free by the city of Los Angeles. These transgender underage prostitutes, for real. And then you come into normal aging and normal natural, but you've been doing everything different. What are you going to look like? I'm just saying, what will you look like? I don't know. I don't really know how it affects your skin. I don't know I don't know. Is Kathy Bates a man? I have no idea. I can't go there. I can't. I can't go there. Oh, I can't go there. Um, Yeah, I don't know. My dad made us go to church as a kid. I hated going. Well, that's what I'm saying. If you're a Luciferian, you're going to go to a church when you're a kid and you're going to watch rituals perform because that's their church. You're Catholic, you're going to church, you're watching rituals too. That's what you're doing. Buddhism, they do rituals, they do complete chanting to get into an altered state. Take that as you will. I don't know if it's good or bad, it's just a thing. Zac Efron's changed quite a bit. They're all sick. Yeah, that's why I'm saying to you, yes, I saw bits and pieces of Kevin Spacey's nonsense on Piers Morgan. Poor bitch. Yeah, fucking cry me a river, you piece of shit. Yes, this is all I ever wanted on my arms. My children, my boys. I was going to say, at that same table where I met the pilot, that was David Geffen's pilot, was the cameraman who'd been on Kevin Spacey's movies, who told the exact same stories of telling young men not to go into the movie set around him because he was so predatory. People who work in the industry know, and they all keep their damn mouths shut, and it's terrible. I don't have a feeling about the election. I'm being dead serious. Let's see. Do you know what? No, I don't. I don't. Yeah, Jason had a birthday. I feel like Richard Simmons died. I mean, you know, Elton John looks like an old Jewish lady when he's on stage. Piers Morgan's annoying. Piers Morgan is a fucking little bitch, okay? Who doesn't, I'm not saying he's not intelligent, but he's annoying, okay? When he was talking to Candace Owens about Macron, the wife, whatever her name is. I'm sorry, I don't know her name. President Macron or whatever, Prime Minister. I don't know what they are in France. Anyway, Macron's wife. And he's oh my God, talking about her, Candace Owens talking about her being transgender, and Piers Morgan's like, well, Candace, that's a conspiracy. You know, Piers, shut up. Look at it. Let's say it is Brigitte Macron. Let's say she is a chick. Okay, let's say those kids are hers and anything Candace says is BS. Why is Piers Morgan not bringing up the fact that her husband was her 15-year-old student? Why is that acceptable? I don't care if she's transgender and if he wants to suck dick in his marriage and whatever. But the fact that he was 15, okay, 15, and she was his teacher and they are now married is problematic. Why is that never? He's older than you. Who's older than you? I'm saying Macron, I think they have like a 30-year age difference. He's like 63. I'm talking, she was grooming him since she was 15. That's a concern. I don't care what you say. That is a concern. She started sleeping with him when he was young. That is a concern. She had a position of power over him. And she did it. What is that? Okay, I'm so itchy. Oh my God. Yeah, Simon Cowell. Used to know a girlfriend. Yeah, pedophilic teacher like Mary Kay Letourneau or whatever her name was. Yeah. No, Candace was saying that on Pierce. Yes, Mary Kay Macron. Exactly. You just went right where I went. What is that? What is that? What the hell is that, right? Apparently, yeah, they all say they waited till they were 18. That's what all people say. Well, I wasn't a child. Celine Dion's husband, she was 12. He was grooming her. He wanted to get in the 12-year-old's pants. They like children, period. They're predatory. She's predatory. It's not Mrs. Robinson. Mrs. Robinson's like a college guy getting laid by an older woman. College guy's an adult. I mean, I don't agree with it, but it's an adult. But he was 15. She was his teacher. There's a problem with that. So why is Piers Morgan not mentioning that? Mention that. Kobe Bryant, the same thing. Yeah, I know. They all go, I waited till they were 18. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I know you didn't. I know you didn't. Maybe you didn't penetrate them. Maybe you had oral sex with them, or maybe you just jacked off looking at them. That could be true. You may not have penetrated them, and like Bill Clinton, I did not have sex with that woman. Yeah, okay. He made semantics. I did not have sex with that woman is semantics. You got a blowjob, that is a sexual act. Sexual act. You did not penetrate that woman, but that is a sexual act. Oh God, I can't. I'm sorry. I just crack up. I just crack up. It just makes me laugh. Oh my God. No, what's a blowjob? Steve Martin in the movie The Jerk. Yeah, yeah, I know. It's semantics. Don't fucking play semantics with me, because I will nail you to the cross with your verbiage. Yeah, it's semantics. I hate it when they do that. I did not have, yes, you did. Now, what's her name? The one Clinton was with, I just blanked on her name. Monica Lewinsky. She was 20. So she was an adult. Okay. But look at it. Is that sex? If your husband comes home and goes, I did not have sex with that woman, she just sucked my dick. Did he cheat, or is he innocent? I bet you're going to beat the shit out of him and probably divorce him. If not, get a new car or something out of it, right? Yeah, Cankles Clinton. I'm sorry, that's terrible. But seriously, are you going to get mad at your husband? Is that sex or is that not sex? What is that? It's cheating. Yes. No, I know what they do. I know. But what I'm saying is, when he's saying that to us, I don't care if he had sex with that woman. What I disagreed with Ken Starr, I remember Monica Lewinsky, she's 20, okay? She's 20 at the time. She takes the brunt. She gets called the whore. He's the president. He's the president. It's not her fault. She's 20. He's 40. Hillary has always been a lesbian. That's kind of known, okay? I'm sorry, I'm not telling you. Same with Oprah. So why are we picking on Monica Lewinsky and that woman that stole her dress with the Linda Tripp? That non-friend, chaos-causing, parasitic bitch who kept a dress with cum on it? Really? What? What? Who are you? Get out of my closet, lady. Get out of my closet. Back it up before I bitch slap you out of my closet. Now you know you got to hide your underpants from people like this. Because you may have a friend that steals your date dress or your undertrunks or your fucking whatever. What? That woman's a piece of shit. And then Ken Starr, they kidnapped Monica Lewinsky under the guise of natural security and locked her in a hotel room while berating her for 3 days. That honeypot trap, no, I know. That I find exceptionally disgusting. It's just exceptionally disgusting. And poor Monica Lewinsky. Just really wrong. No, it's true. Who does that? What do you go into your girlfriend's house and you're like, hey, I know you went out with that boss, that married guy. Can I see your dress? No. Get out. What are you stealing my dress for, you psychopath? What? Yes, I believe there is a God. What kind of question is that? I've always believed there's a God. Yes. I feel sorry for Monica. And I'm going to tell you another thing. JFK Jr., hot as hell, JFK Jr. We need that guy in our life, JFK Jr., okay? That guy. There's also a Seinfeld episode about him. But JFK Jr., okay, was on, oh God, every time I do this, Jimmy Kimmel, Letterman, or Johnny Carson, whichever one. Jay Leno. It was probably Jay Leno. He was on Jay Leno. This is before he died, so it has to be before 1999 when he died, July. Anyway, and I remember I was running with Martha, Anyway, hi, Martha. I was running with my friend Martha. JFK Jr. went on The Tonight Show and he said, yeah, he had his George magazine and he's flipping through the articles and he's like, look, 9-year-old Monica Lewinsky wrote a story. Yeah, from George. Leno. Yeah, I figured it was Leno during that time. Spongeworthy. Anyway, the pizza. She wrote an article about herself being a pizza and passed around at parties. So she jump forward to Pizzagate, she was born into a family. So JFK Jr. was aware of what he was saying. She wrote it at age 9. She ended up as a presidential mistress. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, no, look it up. It's online. Look it up. True story. She wrote into George magazine. Yes, she was definitely groomed. She was definitely groomed. He says it on air. None of us knew about Pizzagate, so we're like, why is she a pizza? She talks about being a piece of pizza, and that's disgusting. Jay Leno and Sharon Osbourne. I can't go there in my head. Ugh. Thrown up. But anyway, she said she was a pizza passed around at and it was in her biography. Does that tell you what you... I mean, they made fun of Pizzagate because they turned it into a comedy and said it was something it wasn't. And it's very interesting that Drew Barrymore just recently with, I want to say Jennifer Garner, but I may be wrong. Drew Barrymore, Jennifer Garner talking about eating pizza on their show. Yeah, Drew Barrymore. Listen, bitch, we know what you mean by that. Stop mentioning pizza. Just stop. Stop throwing it in people's faces. Oh, Pizzagate, what they did is that one guy tried to go into the basement of Comic Ping Pong Pizza when there wasn't a basement. It was really, and I'm going to say this again, Pizzagate is 100% true. What it is was like a taxi service for delivering of children. Got it? Exactly. Did I hear Danny DeVito died? Speaking of taxi, I just went to Danny DeVito. Let's look it up. Did I see that? Yeah, Kurt Cobain was murdered. No, who bleaches themselves down? Okay, Danny DeVito. Let's look it up. I think I just read that. I used to see the blonde guy. John and I used to see him down at Black Angus in Burbank. He was on the show Taxi. Huge cocaine addict, doing cocaine at the table. I mean, at their table, not my table. Let's see. Nope, he didn't die. He was born in Neptune Township, New Jersey. Conway. Yes, Jeff Conway. Used to see him a lot of time. I mean, just in the local Burbank bars. Same with what's his name from Motley Crue. Oh my God, I can't remember his name when he was drinking. Anyway, him all the time. You see people all around in town. When you're in Burbank, you see everybody drinking everywhere. The guy from House, whatever. Yeah, Grease. Yeah, that. And yes, him. Vince Neil, thank you. Yeah, he used to be at a restaurant called Genio's. Genio's quite a bit in Burbank, which they sold their restaurant. And now it's the Social Security building. But back in the day, we used to go eat there all the time because they had really yummy mashed potatoes and salad. That's when I was only eating mashed potatoes for a couple of years after I had my nervous breakdown. So they would just get me like mashed potatoes. Yeah, Shannon Doherty had cancer because they didn't give her a vaccine to do that, right? So in New Jersey, she has something wrong. Okay, yeah. Jack Nicholson, mind controlled. Jack Nicholson's a bit of a bitch. He used to beat the shit out of his prostitutes, his working girls. So yeah, there you go. I love mashed potatoes. The Irish in me loves it. Okay, what happened to Donald Marshall? Yeah, Pizzagate. I think she was on Drew Barrymore. I think it was her and they were blathering about pizza. Remember when Ellen did the Oscars and they brought the pizza out right in your fucking face? I'm sure there are normal celebrities. Yeah, right in your face with that pizza. Right in your face. Do you want a slice of pizza? There was Brad Pitt. I want pizza. Yeah, Brad boy, we know you do. We know. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yum, right? See, I can't even get talking about mashed potatoes. I'll go out and eat them right now. I could live on potatoes. Saw Nicolas Cage on the way to do Bunny XO's show in the airport. Yes, I want to do him, the wrestler, Canadian wrestler. Obviously. Now here's what I think. Here's what I think. Vince Neil's wife is top heavy. Is that your way of saying she's like a double D or triple D or quadruple D or whatever? What I think happens, and this is what I think this is honestly my opinion. When they do the traumatic rituals in early childhood, the sodomy rituals and the abuse rituals that these people grow up with, that they have no memory of because they're split or they have multiple personalities, much like Michael Jackson, whose father was known for doing those things. Like that was pretty public knowledge that Joe Jackson beat the shit out of Michael Jackson and God knows what else, and then molested his daughters. LaToya was one in the family trying to get away from the ancestral behaviors of that family. She was like a trend breaker. Her husband was abusive to her. She never backed down from saying her brother abused people. She never did. LaToya, I'm talking about. And so I think she talked about her dad molesting the older sister. Yeah, they pimped out Michael. Exactly. Now were they Jehovah's Witness or Mormon? One or the other. I think Jehovah's Witness, maybe like Prince. But anyway, I feel that when they come from a ritualized family, okay, when they come from a ritualized family, I feel like when they get older, they have no recollection of which altar is responding. Because I think that, Rebe, thank you. I think that that's why they can be so lovely. And when I did the video on Michael Jackson, I don't believe Michael Jackson did the things they said, but I also believe an altar was inside of his physical body. So the more that they are split, fractured, okay? The more that they are split and fractured, the more they leave room in their etheric body for other entities to come in. So let's say you're a pill popper, a drinker because of your trauma, and you don't know why you're having these issues with your trauma, right? Like you don't know why the fuck you can't sit still, so you do drugs, you drink, whatever it is, fragmented, exactly. And I understand that. But let's just say you don't understand, so you start drinking, and then an entity comes in because you've opened the door, or you're taking pills, or you're smoking weed, crack, whatever, meth, whatever. You're like Whitney. Now let's say that entity who is just hanging around waiting for some human to fuck up because they love to do that. So the astral entity, which could have been another actor that didn't cross over, or another, all of these kinds of things. So let's say that entity energy gets into your subconscious etheric soul body. And let's say that entity energy was a pedophile. Well, now you're a fucking pedophile because that's so good. June 20th. Good for you. Shadow beings always be lurking. Spiritual takeover. So I believe that's actually what happened to Michael Jackson, if he was even in his body at the time. And some people, and I saw this, I'm just going to say this. So it's going to sound, no, I'm not going to say it. I'm going to wait and do a video on it and then I'll say it. But there's a very good looking couple. One's a musician and one's an actress. Exceptionally good looking couple. Gorgeous couple. Okay. Absolutely stunning couple. Gorgeous as gorgeous can be. Breathtaking. I watched them walk into an event wearing their special gowns or their stuff, right? And I immediately saw two vampires in their clothing, and I flashed immediately to like coffins that they sleep in. And then I flashed back to them and realized that they were the Walking Dead with the glamour magic. No, it wasn't. They're not a good looking couple. No, this was a stunning couple. And I watched them and I thought, shit, there's evil in there dressed differently. No, not Megan Fox. And so when you understand that the bodies are taken over, then like Britney Spears video, she was in a cage. Where the fuck? Who is in there? So like Jeffrey Dahmer, he said, I don't remember doing that. What happened? I don't remember doing that. He said that. I don't remember doing that. He said fetus in a jar. No, he didn't say that. Google it though. And he didn't remember. Charles Manson, what a human weapon. That's not normal. And no, he's not just crazy. He's been militarily affected. And I believe that. That's just what I believe. None of you have gotten it right there. And it sure as fuck ain't John Legend. John Legend. Yeah, I don't know. They don't know this, but I saw it. Like, it was very odd. I've seen this kind of thing since I was a kid. And there's many, you can have attachments or they can enter into you. They can come and go. Let's see. They can go in, they can come out, and some do sell their soul. But if you are an addict of any kind, you're opening the door. It's like saying, I'm not going to lock my door at night. Now, it's funny because when I moved in with John in 1987, he didn't lock his door at night. He didn't lock his front door. In Burbank, like, we were in and out all night. The door was not locked. There's no way in freaking hell I would leave my door open now. No way in hell. Okay. And I mean, just no, just not happening. Yeah, just not happening. So it's really interesting that people are so unaware. They are Bible spitting, quoting. That's ridiculous. Don't quote a Bible. Don't quote that. Feel the energy around you and you don't understand the spiritual side. So you call yourself, yes, it's good Lenny's abstaining from sex because he knows what happens. It gets in you. So, and I abstain as well. But it's interesting. No, it's not Ryan Reynolds and his wife. But it's really interesting because people are so uneducated as to the No, vampires are, let me, okay. So by vampire, what I mean, okay, yes, one of you got it right. Dove Cameron and her boyfriend straight up saw it, flashed straight into it and went, whoa, because I like her boyfriend. I think he is fine. Then I'm like, oh, fuck. That is why he is fine. I don't know if he knows, if he's aware yet, or he's incarnated with no awareness. Do you know what I mean? Because they wipe our memories, so I don't know. But the kind of vampire I'm talking about is immortal soul. So they can't get to God. Okay? Just literally, they cannot get there. So they continue to recycle through reincarnation, through being born onto this planet, given positions in beautiful, like beautiful looking yes, spiritual vampire, beautiful looking, gorgeous, all of that. Why would you quote the Bible when you don't know who wrote it and how man's done whatever? Don't quote that. Live your life and feel the earth. You shouldn't have to quote somebody else's words. Know your God and know it yourself. It's in you. But yes, no, I know pretty means nothing, but also pretty can be a karmic gift. But what I'm saying to you is they're using glamour magic. And if you were actually to step back from the physical and see them in the etheric or spiritual, you would be repulsed by what you saw. So when they do movies like Beauty and the Beast, or when they talk about like her boyfriend sings, I'm the monster, because on a soul level, that's what they are. They look like that. When you do Beauty and the Beast, the ugly beast, that is a reference on a soul level. Yes, that guy is gorgeous. Stunning. Okay. Sorry. He is, but when I looked at him, I know what he is. I saw him. I flashed right back to a past life with them in the same thing. Let's go shopping for garlic and coffins. And we need a, what is it, a silver bullet? Or is that for werewolves? I get so confused. Yeah, no, it's interesting. The metaphysical is not what the New Agers talk about, not what they say. It's just they're very unaware. There's spiel all the way along. You actually have to live it. But see, the garlic is interesting because the Catholic Church introduced garlic as a way to close down your third eye, but tell you it was to protect you from demonic energy. I'm not off. I'm done with that crap. She's off. You obviously haven't lived like in the metaphysical. I've been in this world my whole life. I've seen a lot my entire life. I have lived this way and spoken about this since I was a child. I've been able to see it. I can't help that. I can see it. When I see it, I know it. You can call me off. That is your own ignorance. But if you think only human beings and you just incarnate in and out of here and there's no other thing in between, you're out of your fucking mind. Because then you're saying people that do things like Jeffrey Dahmer and what's his name, Charles Manson, are like you, and they are not like you. Okay, so there are different levels and different entities, and you would know that if you had a modicum of education in that. If you don't, no. I'm not saying they're superficial. I'm saying they are a beautiful couple. Like I'm telling you, I'm looking at them and I'm like, the way that I saw them in that picture, and then I flashed back. Yeah, people like to say stuff. They like to say she's off. You can think I'm off. I really don't care. Um, you can't be scared to see what you see because you see it. So that's like people saying, I'm afraid to go into Inglewood because I might see like someone get shot, or I'm afraid to go across the street in the dark because there's gangbangers. I'm not afraid of that either. I will walk down the street. As I said, my neighborhood gets shot up quite a bit. Not the neighborhood I'm in now, but the neighborhood where I raised my kids gets shot up quite a bit. It's not uncommon to hear gunshots. And as I said, somebody was carjacked at our gas station. That's not uncommon at night. I'm still not afraid to go out at night. My point is you see what you see and you learn how to stand up. You either stand up in your power or you cower in your power. I choose not to do that. So that's it. The neighborhood I live in is full of gang members, okay? And they go up and down the street. They cause all kinds of whatever they do, blah, blah, blah. That does not mean if I need gas at 2 in the morning, I'm not going to go get gas, because I am going to go get gas, because I'm not going to let anything be. I live in the hood. I do live in the hood. Not right now, but where my kids live is the hood. We all maneuver normal in our life. That's the thing. When you grow up around it, you live normal. Yes, him. But never shut up. Yeah, shut the fuck up. But yes, you can cloak yourself to make yourself invisible. I have done that when I see a cop go by, and if I'm doing speeding or I just went through a light by accident or wasn't paying attention, I'm like, I'm invisible. I'm invisible. When I ran into the cougar when I was hiking, not the woman cougar, the cat, the actual kitty, and it was staring at me. This was me. You can't see me. I'm not here. I'm invisible. I'm invisible. That's what I was saying. Now, whether I was invisible to the cat or not, it looked like it was staring at me. But anyway, I didn't say there's no vampires in Italy. There's vampires. The vampires are souls that have stepped away from God and are immortal. They do not go into the spiritual realm. They go into the astral realm, but not the spiritual realm. Okay, so they've stepped away. In order to get every earthbound gift, they have stepped away. Bigfoot is definitely real. Yeah, the cougar looked through me, but it was a real cat cougar. Anyway, yeah, it's interesting. It's a real thing. I mean, it's a real thing. There are people that do it. It just is. It just is. Rihanna seems like that's a possession on some level, or she's been compromised. And here's what happens. If your consciousness, like with Kate Middleton, is taken out of your physical, Grimes could be as well, could be exactly right. And they're on a loop, like Britney Spears, loop, loop, loop. We're on a loop too, but we've been kidnapped. Totally. But let's just say for a second, your consciousness has been moved out of your spirit realm. So it's not making connection with the physical body, and it's over here. So you're out here in a cage and you're living your life over there in a fake, like in a planetarium where they put the planetary stuff around you. So you're in the cage over here looking up at the sky, thinking you're living your life, but really you're by yourself because your essence is over here. Okay. And then they put something else into your physical. That's why these people flip in and out. That's why when you look at them, and you're like, why do they seem normal now? And then why do they seem so different? That's really how it works. It's a metaphysical thing. What about Aaliyah, the singer? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if she was one or not. I didn't actually look into that. Yeah, the opposite God is the opposite of God is everything that you read in your Bible to treat others how you wish to be treated and all of that. The opposite. So what do? They destroy children. They rape children. They invert and pervert the reproduction of the human race. So women have babies and men knock them up. So what do they do now? They're like, everybody can have a baby. We make it in a test tube. Here it is, like Dolly the sheep in a test tube. No, you don't need a mother and a father. Of course a man can have a baby. Do you really think a man would have a baby? No! King Charles comes from that genetically in his background. So when you look at it, it's, Britney's still being controlled. Yeah, she's damaged. Do you remember Dolly the sheep? Do you remember in the 80s, Dolly the sheep, they cloned her? So now they're doing everything. They're taking away. What is the most, okay, I know some people don't want to have kids, and I'm not speaking to that because it's a daunting job to have children, and it's probably a thankless thing. But what is the greatest thing you can do as a female? What can somebody create? A soul to bring through to work out balance, aka karma. So they've hijacked this world. We are bringing souls through that are stuck in a reincarnation loop like us. It could be groups of people. It could be soul bodies, planetary people from other planets, meaning we derive from another planet and we've been hijacked here to this hellhole. This is ghetto planet right here. But so they're telling us now that all the men with their breast implants and cutting off their reproductive organs and doing those things, they are women. And then it's not so much women don't necessarily want to invert back the other way. And because they're smarter than us, we're caught here. We believe them. Women are portals. Our bodies are portals, and they want to shut us down in every way possible. So Baphomet religion, penis and a dick on one animal. Human animal, penis and a dick. That's what they're pushing on this planet. That is what they're pushing. That's the symbology of everything. If you have hoofs and hands and you have a dick and boobs, then you're number one on this planet. They walk around knowing that they've inverted and perverted, and they love it. They think that we are weird. Dolly the sheep, poor Dolly. Amanda Bynes, that poor girl. Yeah, transhumanism, exactly. And that is a stealing of the Nephilim, absolutely. Transhumanism is a stealing of the consciousness of people. So they are stealing our consciousness to keep their race alive, which is not of God. So wherever they're from, they are not of God. Exactly. Gypsy Rose should not be famous. No. All right, you guys, I must go and pee. I have to pee. And yeah, then I have to get back to my paperwork. QAnon, no thoughts. I think QAnon, I know nothing about it. I know people did it. I know I've been accused of it, but I have no thoughts on it because I don't really understand it. Unless it stands for questions and answers. And so if people are asking questions and getting answers, I don't know what to say. It's pee time. Okay, sorry, that was rude. I will see you guys again. I will have a good night in my weird lighting, in my weird little house. I think I want some dried fruit too. Me and John have been on a kick eating dried pineapple. Don't start it because you have to eat it so much. No, you can, I'm only doing text questions. If I'm late answering the text questions, I'm getting to you, I promise. I promise I'm getting to you. I just got overwhelmed. So I'm trying to get to everybody. Anyway, long, boring story short, I don't have full readings open right now because I don't have the energy for it. And I'm doing 700 things currently. Okay, bye, you guys. My tongue is not sore. I can talk for hours, and it's a gift because I make my living doing it. So don't be jealous. Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous, y'all. No jealous. Okay, bye, you guys. Bye.